Chempaka and Mr. Apple. At the magic village, there lived a girl who was very like planting fruits. That girl's name is Chempaka. She plants many types of fruits such as apples, mangoes, and orange. She is a clean person. She takes care of her own orchard every day. If her orchard has a rotten fruit, she will throw it away from her orchard. In the morning, Chempaka gives water to her plants and feels tired. She wants to sleep and wake up later to check her plants. Chempaka went to sleep. Suddenly, she was awake because she heard the sound of crying for help.
Help! Help! Anybody please! Help me! It hurts me so much!
Said that voice. Chempaka looked around and felt worried because she is not in her orchard anymore. She realized that she is in her dream. Chempaka goes and looks for the sound of crying for help. From far away, she sees a rotten apple. In surprise, she asks Apple,
Hi, I am Chempaka. Were you the one who cried for help earlier, Apple?
Yes, I was the one who asked for help earlier, Chempaka.
said Apple sadly. Chempaka asked again,
Why are you sad, Apple? What's bothering you?
asked Chempaka while looking at Apple. Apple replied,
There are insects that want to eat my body. Look at this. My body is no longer beautiful.
said Apple while sobbing and crying. Apple continued,
Can you help me, Chempaka?
asked Apple. Chempaka replied,
Sure. What I can do for you, Apple?
Please, catch this caterpillar on my body. I cannot stand being bitten and eaten by it. I can die from being eaten by this caterpillar.
said Apple, asking for help. Chempaka removed the caterpillar that ate the apple body. Apple was happy when the caterpillar was removed from his body. He thanks Chempaka. Chempaka asked Apple,
How long have you been planted here? Because I see no tree or other plants planted in this forest.
Apple replied,
I have long been planted here without any regular care from people. I am also one of the fruits that are left, and many of my friends who have died are eaten by caterpillar and then rot.
Hearing Apple's words, Chempaka felt regret. Before this, she threw away the rotten fruits from her orchard.
I did not know that the fruits I planted before were as suffer as you, Apple. If I know and heard their groan, I will not be willing to cut and throw them out of my garden.
Said Chempaka in a sad tone.
It's okay, Chempaka. Everything has already happened. Let me tell you the life cycle of the apple and how the apple is formed.
Said Apple tried to calm Chempaka, who was sad. Chempaka was happy that Apple wanted to talk about the apple life cycle. She listened to the apple story.
Okay, An apple starts from a tiny seed. Usually, people will cut an apple open and see the seeds inside. We can have up to 10 seeds. Apple seeds start to grow when they are planted in soil and given sunlight, water, and fresh air. Plants use water, light, and air to make our own food. The seed grows roots which reach down into the soil.
Chempaka listened carefully. Apple continued.
Next is seedling. This young plant is called a seedling, and a green sprout with tiny leaf shoots up from the ground. When the seedling starts to grow bigger and stronger, it becomes a sapling. The sapling grows taller and becomes a tree.
Chempaka nodded understand and said,
I never know how fruit trees happen or how they eat. I just know that plants just need enough water and sun.
Apple continued.
This is my favorite part. In spring, buds on our branches open into pink and white flowers. It is called blossom. Each flower will become an apple. Inside the flower are the buds that make us grow. The stamens are covered in yellow pollen. The pistil has a small and sticky tube. Bees fly from flower to flower, spreading pollen from stamen pistil. When the flower petals fall and apple starts to grow, it takes a full summer for an apple to be ready to eat. When autumn comes, it is time for apple picking.
Yay! I love picking fruit, and that day was the day I loved the most.
Said Chempaka happily.
Me too. I love seeing people's reaction when they picking the fruit that they have planted.
Replied Apple to Chempaka while singing. La 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 la. While they sing, Apple coughed, and Chempaka realized that the apple looked very dry. Apple also coughed when talking about its life cycle. Chempaka wanted to find water and give it to Apple.
Apple, I want to find water for you to drink because you look too dry and gloomy,
said Chempaka.
If it's in a forest like this, it is too far for you to find water, Chempaka. I am afraid you will lost in this jungle,
said Apple in a worried tone.
It's okay, Apple. I promise to come back to give you water. Like human, you also need water to live,
replied Chempaka while walking to the forest. Chempaka go to find water. She start looking for water in the forest. Finally, she find the water. She was so happy because she can help Apple to survive. She ran to Apple, but from the far away, she see the apple was dead.
No!
Chempaka screamed inside. She cried because she lost a new friend that have been eaten by caterpillar. Suddenly, she wake up from her sleep with tears in her eyes. Chempaka felt very sad and ran to her orchard. She promised to take care of all the trees just like she take care of Apple in her dreams. Moral of the story: first, we need to take care of all plants to avoid insects. Second,
We need to devote land for the future.
And lastly, we should treat others the way we want to be treated.